What is going on, everybody? We are back with another CCW review. I am Nick,
And I am Joe.
and we are talking about Dynamite from whatever today was. 318?
318.
You know what I didn't do? I didn't pull up my actual notes. Before you guys click off the video, because I know you guys usually only last about 45 seconds, which is a terrible amount of time to last, guys. I mean, come on. Are your women pleased? No, I'm kidding.
Yes, insult the viewers. That'll get them to stay longer.
Some people would.
I know. They're like, fuck these guys. We're going to see what they're
Look,
actually saying then.
Listen, I know our faces aren't on screen, and one day they will be. Today is not that day. So if you guys could just listen, hang out, subscribe while you're here.
Yeah, believe me, you're not missing anything with our ugly mugs.
No. I legit have a neck beard at this point. I need to shave.
I shaved today. Ha ha.
I'm waiting
me.
because we're going out in a couple weeks. So like,
a couple weeks.
I don't leave the house. What's the point in looking pretty?
Poor cat.
Hey, she thinks I'm handsome. So yeah, this was a very weird night. And guys, just to show you how weird tonight is. So we start off the show. Blake Christian's already in the ring because they're setting up for the Will Ospreay versus Blake Christian match. And then Bryan Danielson is sitting there talking about the injury and everything that was going on with Will Ospreay and coming back and all of that stuff. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Excalibur's like, yeah, speaking of injuries, Tony Storm is out. And then, like, Shivani just chimes in and is like, yeah, you know, that attack that she got from Marina Shafir. And all of a sudden sounded like she got hurt. Like, the way they were wording it sounded like she had gotten hurt at the pay-per-view. And I was like, all she did was get punched in the fucking face. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, no context. It even confused Bryan Danielson. He's like, what?
He goes, huh? And he's like, I was talking about Will Ospreay. And then the other guys were like, oh yeah, well, you know, Tony's going to be out, so she's being replaced with Mina Shirakawa against Marina Shafir in the No Holds Barred match tonight. And dude, the whole situation was confusing. And then I jump on Twitter during one of the commercial breaks and stumble across a video that apparently came on right before Dynamite went on the air that was on Twitter. And I was like, we have got to stop doing major story beats on Twitter. Like, there's no reason why the video that they end up showing later anyways, even though they tried to cut it off before they showed the blood, someone failed there.
They should have started the show. If they were going to talk about it immediately, they should have opened the show with that.
With the video.
Yeah. It would have made more sense. Again, and I know you're going to talk about more production type issues as the show goes, but this is the type of stuff that they have got to get better at.
Yes. So anyways, Will Ospreay comes out, super excited for this because, you know, he actually looked really good as far as his movement. A little slower than normal. It's going to take some time to get back into the swing of things.
Yeah, he's already said on Twitter that he is gonna alter his style a little bit because of the neck injury. So that'll be interesting to see how this evolves as he gets more matches under his belt.
Right.
I do hate that they kind of 50-50 booked this match.
Well, I hate it, but I like it at the same time, and here's why. He did just come back from injury and hasn't had a match, so it would kind of, at least in ring, make sense that he's a little
And
slower.
that would be fine if it was against somebody that wasn't Blake Christians.
Listen, guys, I have no hate for the Swirl at all. It's just
Me neither. I think they're talented guys, but there's levels to this stuff.
like, why couldn't it have been Bowens? Like, at least put somebody in there that's been around that is like at least used to be, you know, tag champs or something.
Yep. Or one of one of the Skyflight guys or something.
No, listen. Don't go that way. Wrong way. Wrong direction. No.
No Darius Butler.
That'd be like, get Isaiah out here to do it.
Or Darius
No.
Martin.
No. No Isaiah Cassidy. No. Dalton Castle. I wouldn't have minded that one. Anyways, all jokes aside.
No, that would have been actually probably a good match.
No, it wouldn't have.
Hey man, Dalton Castle, man.
It's boring.
He's
His
He's
so
not what he was. He's not what he was 10 years ago. I'll
it
give you that.
was more fun when he was doing the whole coming out with the boys thing than it is right now being with the Outrunners. Like I would
Oh, I
rather
agree.
him be on his
I
own.
agree.
I would also rather the Outrunners be on their own because
I agree
I think they were better
because
without him.
AEW needed tag teams for a long time, and they could have been filling in for that.
Absolutely. But anyways, so early on in the match, Blake tried to be super disrespectful by pushing Osprey's head. The slap that Osprey got on fucking Blake's chest echoed pretty loudly to the dead crowd that was Fresno. Please don't go back to Fresno. Fresno, you suck. By the way,
He did shush them to quiet them down.
no.
So,
But I'm talking about for the whole show. These motherfuckers were quiet.
oh yeah, I didn't even notice them then. Well, there was what was to get excited about? If I would have paid tickets for that show and had to sit through that, I would have been fucking quiet too.
By the end of the match, Blake ate 2 hidden blades for the win. The first one looked great. The second one, Blake dropped his head down way too quickly, and it kind of the camera angle.
It looks like a grazing blow instead of a full blow, but at least it was the second one, and he didn't just pin him after a grazing first one.
But yeah, so they probably should have had the camera angle from the back so that it looked more vicious. But hey, production sucked tonight, so we'll get there. I was glad that this whole match wasn't Blake focusing on Osprey's neck. There was a good chunk of it, and I was almost tired of it.
A good chunk of it.
I was almost tired of it because that's what I don't want.
It's about to be the Kenny and the gut thing and the diverticulitis, except with his neck.
I fucking hate it. Like he's already shown he's fine. Like don't go down this road.
Well, he came out with all that tape, man. It's like a target.
I don't care. I don't care. The good news though is most head moves are like DDTs and shit like that. So I don't have to worry about a bunch of abdominal stretches. Post match got really weird, but it's the type of weird that I enjoyed. So Will gets a mic and he's like, "Hey Mox, I don't need a weapon to snap someone's neck. I can do it with my bare fucking hands." I'm like, "Yes, thank you for just probably getting in trouble." But
No, they blurred it on
did.
TV, so they knew it was coming.
Mox's music hits. Osprey charged into the stands towards him and starts beating the shit out of Yuta and him together. Tossed a fucking trash can into Mox's face. That was fantastic. Honestly, this post-match beatdown was better than the actual match he just had.
You're not wrong.
He was about to hit the... everybody always thinks he's going for the Tiger Driver when he hooks their arms. He's actually going for the Stormbreaker. He's already pretty much retired the Tiger Driver.
That was just for the stuff with Don Callis.
Right. But he's getting ready to hit the Stormbreaker in the middle of the ring, which my Osprey character actually has that I downloaded on 2K. I was quite surprised that move was in the game.
Oh, I'm not.
I've just never seen anyone else do it before. So, like,
Yeah, but Osprey is a very popular wrestler, and they usually try to include at least the very top guys that aren't in the promotion.
Is the One-Winged Angel on there, then?
In there. Oh, I guarantee it probably is.
It might be.
Oh, I guarantee it.
But yeah, so he's about to do that, but then Pac came out of fucking nowhere and
Booted
him, and then stuck him in the Brutalizer, which is just the Rings of Saturn.
Yeah, pretty much.
Now the Rings of Saturn's a little different.
No, yeah, he just hooks his arms and then wags his head around. It's like a double-armed crossface.
Right. And then we go to commercial break. Now, no, we don't. I'm wrong, and I'm sorry.
We get an entrance to the next match.
So we start getting the entrance to the next match, which is normally how they do whenever somebody's already out. That's supposed to be in the next match. But the problem is we didn't know that this was even supposed to be the next match, which you normally do. So you're sitting there, and all of a sudden the Bang Bang Gang's music hits, and they start to come out, and during the entrance, as they're walking down
of the ramp, just doing their little gimmick, and then Osprey runs through the camera shot and dives off the stage to attack get
Pac.
retaliation on Pac, and then they fight to the back. It was great.
It was great, dude. I fucking laughed. I was like, listen, after all of this, I was like, dude, this is a great start to the show, and it's all downhill from here. Literally,
Boy, isn't it?
well, almost, because I did like the next match. Um, so he dives off after Pac, um, and then we go to commercial if I remember correctly, because there's a commercial somewhere here. But so they get to the ring. Bang Bang Gang does. They get to the ring, and they start like taunting, and then all of a sudden they're jumped from behind by Yuta and Mox, who are still at ringside, and this is when you realize, oh, that's why
It's a tag team match between these four
yeah,
people.
that's why this is happening. So they get jumped from behind. I actually really enjoy the match, but you're going to be hard pressed to hear me talk bad about Ace Austin unless he just has a terrible fucking match. I also love Juice, so Juice being out there was, dude, I just like seeing them working on TV. Like they haven't been on TV in a while.
The only thing that was wrong with this match is nobody wants to catch Ace Austin.
Nobody, dude. This man went to go do his backwards dive over the ropes, and like Mox
Olayed his ass.
Mox like just didn't want to catch him. At least Ace Austin's short enough he could fully rotate and land on his feet if need be, because
he would have needed to. Otherwise, he would have wiped out.
Yeah. Mox ends up winning with the Death Rider on Ace Austin. Obviously, we didn't expect any other outcome once we saw the two teams. But I at least, as a fan, had hope. As a fan.
Ace Austin getting whipped by Moxley into the running knee from Yuta was another really cool spot.
Yeah, it was.
It's what set up Mox's Death Ride DDT.
But yeah, I was just glad to see the Bang Bang Gang on TV. And now, for the next several weeks, we'll get Will Ospreay and the Bang Bang Gang in some way, shape, or form teaming up against the Death Riders. And it's going to be like 4 weeks. There's going to be like 6 different matches between the two of them. And then
combinations
there's going to be so many different combinations of people and all this. At some point, there might even be a chance that we get like, Switchblade back or something.
Be nice to get Switchblade back so the Bang Bang Gang can be complete and maybe feud with the dogs.
They're not complete yet. They still got Colton out.
Yeah, I could care less about Colton.
Come on now. The Guns are a good tag team.
Yeah, but I would rather see Ace Austin than Golden Gun.
I would rather see Ace Austin with Juice and Switchblade, but I would rather see Colton with Austin Gun. Yeah.
Okay. Get well suited, Colton.
All of you, for the fuck's sake, man, and don't get injured your first match back again.
Like, do we have to wrap you in bubble wrap?
This is start coming out wearing like a bicycle helmet with fucking elbow pads and fucking
elbow and knee pads. We'll
start calling him Kickstand Blade Robinson.
Oh, that's funny. Nice. Nice.
Yeah. Anyways, I said Blade Robinson. Whatever. You guys know what I was talking about.
I knew what you meant.
Fun match. Honestly, I don't have a match of the night tonight because match-wise, it is all downhill from here. It's okay. So after this match, we get a backstage segment where Gabe Kidd is backstage, and he's like, basically, "Catch me outside. How about that?" And
that really was the gist of it.
And I was like, "Oh, I guess we're gonna start off in the parking lot." But here's the thing. They didn't start off in the parking lot. They absolutely started off in a side street, not even close to the fucking stadium. And I don't know what kind of level of, like... This is almost NXT levels of stupid.
Yeah. It's pre-tape bullshit.
I don't mind the spot outside where they're fighting and he flips the car and stuff. That's not my problem. My problem is the way that it's filmed. You can absolutely, like, they're filming it like it's supposed to be like a movie scene. It looks like shit because we've had stuff like this throughout all of the history of fucking wrestling at this point. Like, Austin used to fucking fill people's cars up with cement. He's dropped fucking Triple H inside a fucking vehicle onto the hood of its fucking, onto the top of the car, off of a forklift, shit like that. Like, doing crazy shit like this is normal in wrestling. It shouldn't be.
Yeah, but this was clearly edited, clearly camera cuts to
there were like
show the
30
stunts and
there were like 32 camera cuts. I hated all of them. Like,
yeah, it was bad.
and then so they do this thing. He uses chloroform to knock Kid out, tosses him in the trunk, flips the car over, throws him on top of this box, and then like 2.5 minutes later, they come
Wheels him into the arena
they come
area.
wheeling through the arena, and it's like, we know damn well, even if you were just outside, it's a longer trip than that.
Sure.
There's no way you could be that stupid as a fan. Oh, do you mind? Never mind. These are fans.
Disbelief, Nick. Suspend your disbelief.
I can, but there's a limit. Okay.
Yeah, this was rough.
This was
honestly didn't improve once they got into the arena.
I'm obviously not going to quit watching AEW, but this is the type of shit that made me quit watching NXT.
No, we are actually very well. If you don't believe us, watch the Revolution or listen to the Revolution review. We are huge AEW fans.
Absolutely
huge, but
this was
these shows after pay-per-views are awful and are historically awful. It's like he blows his load on the pay-per-view and like it's just like doesn't know what to book to follow up anything. So like if you were a casual fan and you were like, oh man, and you heard like your buddies or whatever, like, oh, Revolution was so bad. I mean, I can't wait for Dynamite. And you're like, oh, cool. I'm going to check this show out. And this is the show you get. No wonder they haven't grown in the 7 years that they've been out.
Yeah. So during all of this, we get a random backstage moment where Kenny at Revolution after the show was like, oh, Swerve, something about people being dangerous, something not being dangerous. He's like, hey, you know what? Let's do this. How about you put your #1 contendership on the line? And I was like, when the fuck was that match a #1 contendership match? And when was it ever announced as such? And we'll get back to that.
Swerve during his promo that we'll get back to that. Is like, unbeknownst to me, I'm the #1 contender now.
Yeah. So this happens, and then on Twitter, I'd actually seen it on Twitter before they posted on TV. Swerve was like, I've got a counter offer, and then didn't list it. And then I was like, huh? Like, I thought he just forgot to type out the rest of his fucking tweet.
It just squirrel. Oh, shit. ADHD.
So then we get back to inside the arena. He wheels this motherfucker, Darby, wheels this motherfucker on top of this box. They make it down the ramp, and then they start fighting. And Darby tries to put a straitjacket on Kid, which I know they're playing into the whole Gabe Kid being in an insane asylum at some point or whatever, story-wise. Maybe real life-wise. I don't know. Kid's kind of crazy.
That's something he mentioned once in a promo a month or so ago.
Yeah. But he ends up tossing Darby into some steel steps. We go to commercial break. I was thankful. It's like one of the few times I was thankful for a commercial break. I was like, please, that's 3 less minutes of that match I gotta watch. We get back from break. We see Darby hit an avalanche code red, which is like the one cool thing that happened this entire match. In a bit of irony, Gabe somehow is now wrestling with his arms tied, and I say irony because like he had this whole feud with OC going on, who likes to stick his hands in his pockets, and you got to see Gabe Kidd kind of wrestle in the same way. So that was fun. But the way this match ends, fucking Gabe Kidd is standing on the apron, and Darby dives, or no, it was either on the apron. I think he was on the floor just in front of the box. Either way, Darby runs, he dives out of the fucking ring, runs into Gabe Kidd. Gabe Kidd falls into the box, and then the lid just closes. And I'm sorry, I didn't think this was planned. It happened. And then I was like, well, I guess the match is just fucking over.
Yeah, if it did happen by accident, thank God, because it ended this travesty early.
Like, I feel bad for Gabe at this point. He's been booked like a bitch. This whole, like...
Yeah. That's literally what I told you before the show even started. God, I hope I hope Gabe Kidd wins. Otherwise, what the fuck is the point of him being on the show?
And then, on top of it, I feel like it's legit, like, Tony Khan, I messaged this to you. It's like Tony Khan was like, hey, remember all those times you said fuck AEW when you were in New Japan?
Yeah, well, fuck you, Gabe Kid.
And where the fuck is Gabe Kid's friends? It's a coffin match. They had a 3-on-1 advantage.
Yep. If they so chose.
Dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, this is like one of the few times I am bitching because there was no outside interference. You guys will rarely ever hear that from me.
Heels do. Usually it's me bitching that the heels did the thing that they always do, but here it makes sense, especially if this dude was so eager to get rid of Darby, which he swore up and down he was. Like, you'd think you'd do it by any means possible. And he has before, because the fucking Death Riders, when he was clicking up with them, jumped Darby all the time.
Yep. So yeah, post match, Darby grabbed a mic and he was like, "Hey, I'm coming for MJF."
Yeah, pretty much. He mentioned he climbing Everest and stuff again.
I'm
sick of
so
that
tired
too.
of hearing that.
I fucking care, dude. I don't care.
Cool, you did something most people don't do. Stop using it as a crutch. It's time to move on.
Yeah, get some character traits that aren't just that. I'm goth. I skateboard and I climbed Mount Everest. That's like your 3 things, bro.
Yeah,
Evolve.
like I like Darby, but if this is all you got to say, just stick to wrestling.
Dude, it makes me miss Sting. I'm like, bring Sting back, have him be his manager. I don't care if he can't make every show. Just something to give this kid something more than he has right now.
So, listen, as excited as I was to see Will Ospreay wrestle, my favorite thing ever in this entire show happened after this. So we get this vignette, and it's Jack Perry, and he's in his house, and he's getting dressed, and he's getting his shit together, and he's about to leave, and he walks out, and
School day.
the Jungle Express shows up, and he gets on the bus, and as he gets on the bus, the fucking dinosaur roars into the camera, and then they show this little vignette of like the like map of the U.S. and he's like driving through to get up to Fresno from where they were at,
Yeah.
and then it goes bad. Because this whole part, I'm laughing so fucking hard, and I'm like, this is amazing. This should be a normal thing for Jack Perry moving on. Until he got off of the bus and he started talking. And here's the thing. I'm not even somebody that dislikes the things that Jack Perry usually says. But this was a moment where I honestly don't even fully blame him. He started talking, and some of the things he was saying, I was just like, eh. But then Nick and Matt show up out of nowhere because he's like, I got my friends. And then they show up
in their ring gear.
And Nick, I believe, is the one that really irked me the most when he started talking, because
he's terrible talker. Terrible talker.
And the only reason I knew it was him is because he had his bandage over his head, and that's how I remembered who he was in the show. So he starts talking, and he's like stumbling over his words as he's talking and shit. And I'm like, no, they fucked it all up with the talking. No one should have ever talked. If you want to make this great, what it should have shown was them standing outside of their house, and then the Jurassic Express bus showing up there.
Just pick them up for school.
And then they get on that bus, and and then pull up to the arena. They step off the bus together and just walk towards the building. That's all you need.
Yep. No words at all.
And the entire segment would have been fantastic to me. And I would have... I mean, half of it was, because, again, the first half was fucking hilarious. But this is one of those things where I do... Like, listen, guys, one of the things I agree with Simon. I love me some goofy wrestling. Goofy wrestling for life. Like, this was amazing. Until they talked.
Yeah, because then they tried to make it a serious situation in a goofy scenario. They tried to be serious, and that shit never works.
And this ain't the last time that we have to deal with people talking that shouldn't be from any of these people. So, in-ring segment, Nana comes out and introduces Swerve, and Swerve comes out. And Swerve's like, hey, I enjoyed beating up Brody King, but I'm still mad about the Bucks costing me a title, and now I have to take it out on their friend Kenny. And I'm like, this is a really weird reason to be mad at somebody. Like...
Especially when you got revenge. So here's the thing. And this is what confuses me. Him and Ospreay fought the Bucks for their EVP status in the
Oh,
summer.
last year.
Not was it last summer?
Last year.
And they
All
didn't.
in.
They forfeited that stuff up. Well, now he wants the EVP status. So this is
Oh,
complete like
yeah.
180 in Swerve's character.
You were almost to the point. We'll get there. So, remember I told you there was something about this I wanted to talk about. So,
Oh,
he's still mad at Kenny, and he's like, basically, he'll only do this match if I'm putting up my number one contendership that I didn't even know that I had, uh, versus your EVP title. He's like, and I don't want you to just lose the EVP title. I want to take over being EVP. Here's the thing. I think Swerve is going to win. And you remember how him and Ospreay were the ones that took the EVP titles away from the Bucks?
uh-huh.
It's going to be Swerve. Not Swerve, it's going to be Ospreay to have to take it off of him. And I think that's how he's going to get his title shot. Because my guess, if I had to get, like, here's what I think story-wise could happen. I think Swerve beats Max for the world title. And then all in, it'll be Ospreay versus Swerve. That's what I think is going to happen.
I don't hate it.
Now, obviously, guys, that's not even me fantasy booking. That's just me thinking ahead of like, how can we make this all make sense? Because right now, everything in the show confused me.
Yeah,
to some degree. So after this happens, backstage, Bailey said that he had to fight everywhere. Speedball, Mike Bailey, had to fight everywhere all over the world to get to where he's at, and he's now a star and a winner. And then we get Mark Davis versus Speedball Mike Bailey, which if I had to say there was a match of the night, it would have probably been this one, because I think they actually had a really good match.
The match was good. I do not like the winner.
Well, you don't like Mike Bailey.
No, it's the Shoeless Wonder is not that bad of a wrestler. However, Davis has been on a fucking clip, dude.
He has. The problem that Davis has run into, though, is he's so much lower on the mid card than Mike Bailey. They were not going to let Mike Bailey lose this match. Like, Mike Bailey is not just loved by Tony and management. He's loved by fans. Like, I get, like, he's not as high up for you. So it's kind of a frustrating as being a fan. Because listen, I would have loved for Mark Davis to win. I like Mark Davis. I would love to see him move up. But the problem is, right now, he's only going to be stuck in moving up as a tag team with somebody. Because I feel like that's where they see him, is as a tag team wrestler. But this is also why I need Jake Doyle back. Get that booby healing, man. Get that booby healing.
Yeah, a torn pec's, it's several months rehab there.
That's true. I still think him and Marina Shafir should have a mixed tag team. So, Mike Bailey, by the way. I don't have very many. Now, there is something that happened during this match that did absolutely annoy the shit out of me. And that was Speedball kicking out of Mark Davis's gut wrench pile driver.
Yep.
That move needs to be protected.
He got hit with the big lariat and the clothesline. He got hit with the clothesline and the gut wrench pile driver.
Yeah. I was super annoyed because when he hit the pile driver, I was like, oh, sweet, they're going to let him win. And then Mike Bailey kicked out, and I was like, come on, guys. Like, we've got to, like, start protecting finishers to at least some degree.
Oh, maybe he didn't get hit. He didn't get hit with the clothesline. He countered the clothesline with that cool kick.
Did he?
Yeah.
So Speedball wins, and then backstage after Revolution, I guess. I'm so tired of these. Listen, this one specifically is really good, but I'm so tired of the after Revolution. Like, guys, like, I don't. Why can't it just be backstage?
Is this the Max one?
Yeah. Why can't these things just be backstage? But yeah, so Max comes in and he's basically like, look, I've had the best this match that now he says the best Texas Death. It's not the best Texas Death match. Like, I'll give him props. No. He had an excellent Iron Man match, and it probably should be ranked among the best of all time. Him and DB did well. The strap match.
His dog collar match with Punk was good as well.
The strap match with Punk was also fantastic, probably among the best of all time. But the Texas Death Match ain't even top 4 in AEW. I'm just being honest with you.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
It was great. I enjoyed it.
It was fine.
But yeah, he's like, the best this, the best that. He's like, and I'm the greatest AEW champ of all time, which I don't disagree with right now.
I don't either. As far as I hated his first run.
I did too.
Is his first run?
The first one was the one where he was basically like trying to not wrestle anybody ever, and then he always opened every single pay-per-view because he just wanted to get in, wrestle, and get the fuck out.
But that's the one where he was champion for so long that he turned babyface and was doing the kangaroo kick and shit with fucking Adam Cole and stuff.
Correct.
Yeah.
We can't blame the end of that run on him though, because like Adam Cole being injured probably fucked up everything story-wise they were going for.
It did, but the babyface Max is not good.
No. But basically he's like, they say you don't feel pain when you've got adrenaline pumping, where the adrenaline's pumping and wearing off, and I feel everything I just went through. He was like, but you know what? None of that matters because I'm still the champ. He then convinced somebody to ask him what he's doing after this, and he said he's going to go to Disney World.
To Disney World.
I could have done without that, but the rest of it was fantastic.
I can relate, Max. I'll meet you there. I'm a pass holder.
Backstage, so the Don Callis trio that are performing tonight are talking shit about the Bucks. At one point, Okada's like, "Yeah, the only family that I really need are the Don Callis family." And he, what was he said about what did Okada say about Takeshita?
Not Takeshita out there shaking Moxley's hand and stuff.
He's like, yeah, he said the only family I'm loyal to is the Don Callis family, unlike Takeshita, who is out there shaking hands with Mox. That's how he said it.
Mm-hmm.
Whole thing that was funny. I was like, that was fun. And
it's fine, but just let these guys fight so this shit can be over with.
And then I think they're waiting for All In, if I'm being honest, which it's just
probably
it's dragging on too long. They need to figure something out.
Dude, it's about a year too long at this point.
At this point, right before the Mina Shikara match, this is when they actually show what happened to Toni Storm backstage, which again, this should have just been earlier on in the show. And then they tried to freeze frame it and cut it off so that you couldn't see what happened to Toni, but they were definitely way too late on it. They should have just showed the whole fucking thing, and even Mina's part, because she has a part where she's like talking about she's going to get revenge. And here's the thing: I'm almost willing to put money down that it was Mina that fucking did it.
That would be interesting.
Because she's mad.
She's the thing that Mina's done.
She's mad at Tony for all the stuff that Tony's been doing with like OC.
Yep.
It's either going to be that, or it's going to be that, or Shayna Baszler.
The match. Ooh, Shayna Baszler. When she did come out for the match, she didn't seem all that she had the bat and stuff, but she didn't like run in there and really try to go at it. She didn't dance or anything, but she still didn't look all that fierce, like she was in a revenge type match.
Until she made old girl eat a bottle.
Well, yeah.
Listen, she had that coming though, and we'll talk about that. So they get to wrestling, and honestly, this match isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's definitely not good, but listen, you got to feel bad for fucking Mina. She ate a side backbreaker off of the apron and completely missed the table and landed right on the fucking floor.
Yep.
It was Shafir that went through the table, which you could see Shafir apologizing to her after the match was over. She was laying on the mat and saying "I'm sorry" over and over again to Mina as Mina was celebrating.
She was also laughing.
She was.
I don't know if something funny was said between the two of them, but she was on the ground laughing.
But Shirakawa took a bottle, put it through Marina's head, and then hit the Storm Zero and got the pin.
A weird Storm Zero too.
It was more like a Storm Power Bomb.
Yeah, it was more like a short power bomb.
After this all though, so backstage, Andrade's talking with Renee, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm coming for the world title." And then all of a sudden, that dude that I can't remember what his name is, but the dude that is MJF's translator,
Max's attorney guy, I can't think of his name either.
he pops up and he holds up a suitcase and goes to give it to Andrade, and Andrade's like, "The fuck is this for?" At which point the phone rings and it's Callis, and Don Callis is like, "Hey, buddy, you're my money man." He's like, "I'm gonna need you to accept this briefcase." He was like, "It's from MJF," and he's like, and Andre's like, "So we're working for MJF now?" He's like, "It's nothing like that." He was like,
He's like, I know you got some conflict of interest because you want the world title,
he's
but
like, "But he needs Darby taken care of because Darby's he's trying to he, we just need to take Darby out for him." And I'm just like, is this going to eventually lead to him leaving the DC fam? Like,
I mean, he's just kind of adjacent to him anyways. He's only come out with the group like twice. So,
right.
and even when Don comes out with him, like for the entrance, he ain't with him long before he's on commentary and stuff. Honestly, Andrade might be so over that they have to turn him babyface.
Right. So then the main event match starts, and it's the Bucks and Jack Perry versus the Don Callis family, which is like the two worst members of the Don Callis family and Kazuchika Okada. RPG Vice.
Not that bad.
No, they're not bad, but I'm being honest. They are the worst members of the. No, listen, there's Hechicero. Somebody out there, people out there love Hechicero though. I don't think there's too many people that actually like RPG Vice.
There's people like Trent Beretta, but Rocky Romero, yeah, probably the worst person in. No, you know who the worst person is? Brian Cage, because the motherfucker's never
He's
around.
always hurt. He just got cleared though. We'll probably see him again here soon.
I wonder if him and the Murder Hawk are going to be tag teams again.
That's a good question. It's a good question. So, there's not much to talk about with this match. This honestly wasn't a very entertaining match. The only thing that really happened at one point, all three of the faces were about to be put into tombstones, and then all three of them bit the guys in the nuts, which I thought was a little weird. I wish they would get away from this spot. Jack Perry did it once, and it was funny, and then he had this whole thing about biting people, but he hasn't actually like bit anyone in a while. So for them,
now everybody's a dick muncher.
So now he's back, and just everybody's biting dick. I don't listen. I don't. It's whatever.
I mean, you got him out of the spot, I guess.
Yeah, it did. They end up winning with Jack Perry hitting his knee strike, and then whichever Buck it was getting the pin. What was his finishing move before the knee strike? Has it always been the knee strike?
He's had the snare trap. He's had the knee.
I just feel like the knee just kind of came out of nowhere.
He was a tag team, so they did that like flipping power bomb.
Oh, the one that they count down?
Team. Yeah. It's called Countdown to Extinction. Thank you for reminding me of that.
So the problem, though, with this whole move, this whole situation, so the match ends, and then the worst part of all of this happens, okay? So post-match, the Bucks get a mic, and they shouldn't have.
Boy, should they not have. Just like they shouldn't have talked earlier when Jack got off the bus.
They're hyping themselves up and trying to tell this story. Hyping as in like not like trying to make themselves sound better or anything, but they're trying to encourage themselves through a story that is being told of their dad being like, "You guys are the young bucks. You guys need to go out there and show them who you really are, and stop being down on yourself." And like, listen, I had this really weird feeling at the pay-per-view, like I had shown all of you, where he was like doing the whole thing with his family and using that as motive. This has never been a Bucks motif. And now they're using family as a way to encourage themselves to get. I think they're setting up for retirement.
Hey, they're just some good Christian boys.
No, they're not.
But that's their whole gimmick.
I do think they're setting up for a possible retirement run within the next year.
I mean, they've made a shitload of money these last 7 years.
But then they ended it with being like, "Oh, no one's going to prevent us from getting the tag titles the fourth time." And then, of course, Cope and Christian come out, which is fine. I really wish they had the tag team song so we didn't have to hear both songs and wait.
You don't want to see Christian's song and all the different adjectives that describe him.
But I think one of the reasons they're also doing this is because I think they legit want everyone to still think of Christian as his own person and not in the shadow of Edge or
Yeah,
Cope,
well, they are
whatever.
two individuals.
Right,
Like they were a tag team at one time, but that just think of that. Their tag team run was like 30 fucking years ago.
right. Was it 30?
25.
It's close to 30. Um, they basically were like, oh, look, we respect you guys. You guys had a hell of a match. I don't think we've seen an actual tag match as good as the one you guys had on Sunday. Blah 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 blah. He's like, but I can also relate to you because FTR attacked my family. And he's like, Beth Copeland is a badass. He's like, but we also understand that the only way to stop them from or to take them down is to take their titles. And he's like, so it's already basically undercutting the Bucks. They were like, so it's already us versus FTR at Dynasty, and they showed the match graphic, and I'm like, well,
Too soon.
we all knew that was going to happen as far as that match, anyways. Christian says it's personal for him too because it means if they get the titles, he makes more money. I was like, that was fantastic.
That made me laugh.
He is the best talker out of the four of them, hands down.
I have always liked Christian more than Edge.
I
Always.
like Christian as a talker more than Edge. I like Edge more as a performer.
I like Christian all around more than Edge. I've always hated Edge. Edge was shoved down our throats in the Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression.
Ruthless Aggression. He wasn't really shoved down our throats. Attitude Era. Attitude Era.
He became a single at the end of it.
At the end of it, but I wouldn't consider
still middle to end.
I still wouldn't consider that being shoved down our throats. It just feels that way because it continued on for 10, 15 years.
Oh, dude, it was bad. All the fucking Vicky Guerrero shit and the Lita stuff. And
the Lita stuff was fantastic.
Ugh.
Fantastic. Led to
shoved down our throat.
What ended up being a really good match between him and Matt. So Christian then goes on to say, but it also means that not only does it mean that they'd be the best tag team of their generation, but also the best tag team of the Bucks' generation. FTR finally came out. Stokes no longer in the wheelchair. I'm big sad, but all the good things come to an end.
Yeah, he's healed.
And he goes to say, well, Sunday was the greatest, and everyone that had a mic in their hand said, shut up. Which was a fantastic moment as well. FTR ran to the ring just to get wrecked for whatever reason. After that, the Bucks and the Bucks and Cope and Christian
CNC
go to grab their the tag titles all at the same time. It kind of ends up with
looks like a tug of war.
Them all staring at each other like, who's going to let go? And then the Bucks let go and walk off, almost accepting that, hey, you guys got the next shot. I think this is legit what's going to happen. FTR is absolutely going to beat Cope and Christian in Canada. And I think Cope and Christian win it all in a three-way match.
That's interesting because the rumors are that Edge is retiring at the Canada pay-per-view.
Really?
That's what I've heard, but it could just be internet bullshit.
Yeah, so I haven't heard anything about that specifically. I don't, unless SRS has said something. That would be a weird time to retire for the titles.
Well, Sting retired and he won the tag titles.
Well, he defended them. They won, and then they just had to give him up. But I don't know. It's just that would be a weird time to retire. And so then Excalibur goes to run through the feed for next week's Dynamite and then got cut off for the end of the show. He was mid-sentence. Screen went black. And I was like, well, I'm glad that's over.
Right. And speaking of AEW shows, Collision is split between 2 days
and
this weekend.
We're not covering it.
And it looks awful. So we're not covering it.
They definitely, because it's taped. It's being taped tonight, and it's definitely...
1 hour on one night, 1 hour on the other night.
It's 2 hours of, honestly, most matches I don't want to see. I don't want to see the Brawling Birds versus the fucking Sisters of Sin. I don't want to see...
No.
What were the other matches that they had lined up? It was just a whole card of what the fuck are we doing?
LFI's in action. Commander and
That was one match that I thought looked interesting because that was
versus Claudio and Garcia.
it was
Was it Dralistico?
Commander and no, because Dralistico's with LFI. It was Commander and Mascara Dorada
Yes, Dorada. Thank you. Sorry, wrong luchador.
versus Claudio and Yuta
Garcia.
or Garcia,
Garcia.
not Yuta, because Yuta just wrestled.
Yep.
That actually has potential to be a good match.
Sure.
I still won't watch it, but
No, because it doesn't start until like 10.
yeah, it's going to start after whenever.
It starts on time.
I really wish Warner Brothers didn't have NCAA. I'm just saying they fuck up.
Well, they've already lost the NBA, so the NCAA is all they got left as far as sports goes.
They got hockey, tons of hockey,
Yeah.
and baseball for that matter, and some NFL.
Really? When the hell did they have NFL?
I believe they just got something from NFL. I don't think it's anything crazy.
No. Who cares?
I could be wrong on the NFL part. I do know for a fact they get hockey though.
Maybe it's college football
and baseball, and then whatever the Bananas are doing are usually on Max as well.
the Savannah Bananas.
Yeah. So yeah, we're not going to cover Collision, but don't worry, there will be a video Saturday and Sunday. We're going to use that night.
It'll be on Saturday, not Saturday and Sunday.
Well, I meant Saturday into Sunday because we'll probably still record it kind
into
of late.
Sunday. Yeah.
We'll be talking about 2K26. If you follow me on Twitter, you've seen a lot of my opinions already. It blew up.
Do you tag the videos with your Twitter?
I don't.
You should. You're a good follow.
Depends on the people.
That's true too.
I also get into some really weird conversations and say stupid shit. So like, I'm not always a good follow, but I have my moments.
You're entertaining to me. That's all that matters.
But yeah, it's just, dude, this was a really weird. Like, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This is hands down the worst Dynamite of the year.
Oh, easily.
And those first two were rough.
I don't even remember those two because this one was so bad. It circumvented all those and stuck in my brain.
This was just, there was no clear direction storytelling wise. Nothing was like, it almost felt like they were trying to wrap up loose ends on some stories and just failed. Things were all over the place production wise. Things were out of like honestly out of order. Things shouldn't have happened the way that they did. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know what would have actually even made the segment with Darby and them a little bit better? Not having Gabe Kidd say anything beforehand on a commercial break, before the commercial break. If it would have just started with him walking outside and then getting jumped, completely different story. Well, not really, because the production was still terrible. But it at least would have not made me be like, oh, he was just inside. Now he's 6 blocks away, and now they're back inside. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, like you said, the problem with that segment wasn't that they was outside or even that he said he was going to meet him in the parking lot. The problem was how poorly it was shot and how just chaotic's not even the word, how just stupidly presented it was.
Yeah. But anyways, that's going to do it. We will talk more Saturday. Yeah, because we're not covering SmackDown. Fuck SmackDown. It's too long.
Yeah, 3 hours is too long. Unless it's pay-per-view.
The good news is at 6 o'clock p.m. tomorrow, Crimson Desert comes unlocked for me to play. So I can
I hope you like it.
I can stop playing 2K26 until this game makes me mad. And yeah, that is it, guys. So we will talk to you all Saturday. Deuces.
Later.